Looking at academic referencing, APA Style 7th edition. The presentation overview will look at APA style defined, importance of APA, formatting your title page, in-text citation, reference page, obtaining information from journals and other reputable sources, using keywords to source information. What is APA style? The American Psychological Association's APA style is a set of guidelines that help authors to structure their papers, write more clearly and concisely, know the mechanics of style, display their results, credit their sources, and provide references. Simply put, it is a style or system for writing. APA style is a standard for writing academic and professional papers in the disciplines of social sciences, business, and nursing so that the organization of content, writing style, and citing of references is the same for everyone and every people. Why is APA style important? It is a way of giving credit to the sources from which we use ideas, words, and images. It increases the ease of reading comprehension. Used for documenting sources used in a research paper. Sticking to a consistent style allows readers to know what to look for as they read journal articles and other forms of psychological writing. Major sections of your paper. In most cases, your paper should include these main sections, namely the title page, the body, main section, in-text citation will be in this section, and your references. Formatting your title page. The title page is the first page of your document. It is page number 1. The purpose of the title page is to let the reader know what your paper is about and who it was written by. The title page should include the title, and that should be bold, typed in bold, student's name, student's identification number, the course name or number or code, your group or class code, the institution's name, your instructor's name or lecturer's name, and the due date of the paper. Depending on the length of your paper, you may have more than one subheading in the body of the paper. APA format outlines 5 subheading levels and gives instruction on how these should be formatted. So the 5 levels of headings in APA style format table are level 1, and this should be formatted where the information must be bold, center alignment, upper and lowercase letters start the text as a new paragraph. Your second heading should be bold, left alignment, upper and lowercase letters start the text at a new paragraph. Level 3 heading should be bold, italics, left alignment, upper and lowercase letters. And your heading should start the text as a new paragraph. Your fourth level. Heading should be bold, indent from left, upper and lowercase letters, period at end. Start the text on the same line as the heading and continue as standard paragraph. Level 5. The heading should be bold, italize, indent from left, upper and lowercase letters, period at end. Start the text on the same line as heading and continue as standard paragraph. What is in-text citation? An in-text citation is a way to let your reader know that you have used someone else's research to support your writing and where to find that source. It is important to include citations in your text and identify where you found the information you used. APA format dictates that when citing sources in your paper, use the author's name followed by the date of publication and page number or numbers. In APA style, you will use in-text citations to refer readers to a reference list. In-text citation prevents plagiarism. So what is plagiarism? It is where one commits literary theft by stealing and passing off the ideas or words of another as one's own. To use another's production without crediting the source. To present as new and original, an idea or product derived from existing source. So, to avoid plagiarism, you should use online tools to check the plagiarism, provide links you have referred to, and write in your own words. And these are some of the ways you can prevent plagiarism. You can prevent plagiarism by quoting, paraphrasing, or summarizing. Quoting. These are the exact words of an author, copied directly from a source, word for word. The exact words must be in open and closed quotation marks and the source cited. Paraphrasing. This is the putting of someone else's words or ideas into your own words without changing the meaning. Although you are using your own words, the ideas are taken from someone else and must be cited on your reference page. Paraphrasing is not simply rearranging or rewording an original passage. Make sure you read the information, clearly understand the information, then write in your own words without changing the meaning. Summarizing. You must read the information, comprehend the content or writer's work, then write the entire idea in your own words by condensing the information to its bare essentials. In-text citations follow the author-date citation system. Each citation has two parts. These are a brief in-text citation comprised of a minimum, the author's names or name, and the year of publication. 2, a corresponding reference list entry. In-text citations follow two basic formats. The two formats are narrative and parenthetical. Narrative, where the author's name and year of publication are included as part of the text. For example, Louis, 2022. And the year of publication is shown there in the bracket. Parenthetical, where the author's name and the year of publication appears in parentheses, separated by a comma. For example, in brackets or parentheses, Louis, comma, 2022. When a parenthetical citation is at the end of a sentence, the period or other pronunciation appears inside the closing parentheses. Please note that only the year appears in the in-text citation entry. A page or paragraph number will always go at the end of the quotation or paraphrase in parentheses. So here is a comparison between a narrative citation and a parentheses citation. Narrative citation is when you write out the author's name as you write their quote or paraphrase their work. And an example of this is, according to Grady et al., and please note that et al. Stands for and others. This shows that it is more than 3 authors who authored this work. So according to Grady et al., full stop, in bracket, the year of publication, 2019, comma, when children are reading storybooks that represent characters from ethnic or racial groups other than their own, they receive a wider array of emotional learning opportunities than when they read storybooks with characters that represent only their own race or ethnicity. You will notice immediately after the year of publication, 2019, there is a direct quote. You will realize that the entire sentence there is in quotation, starting from when children and ends at ethnicity. So Grady and others, this is their direct quote. At the end of the direct quote, the page number appears. So in bracket, you have the letter P for page and the number 215. So this information can be seen on page 215 in the book authored by Grady and others. When compared to the parentheses, parentheses use this type of citation, so the writers can use this type of citation when it is not easy to use the narrative citation and identify the author's name in text. It should include names, dates, and pages in parentheses. Example. One study found that students have a strong need for independence and are often torn between adult and peer values. In parentheses, Pangrazzi and Darst, 2019. So you will notice that both author's name and the year of publication is in parentheses at the end of the sentence. So take note that the example, but for the parentheses, the author and year of publication is at the end, when for the narrative example, the author's name, year of publication is in line with the text within the sentence, and the page number is at the end. These are some examples of APA quotations. And we will be looking at indirect quote, direct quote, and when you are paraphrasing or summarizing. Indirect. Research shows that children are totally insensitive to their parents' shyness. Lewis, 2021, page 70. Please note that the direct quotation from the author Lewis, year of publication 2021, on page 70 is children are totally insensitive to their parents' shyness. For your indirect quote, children are totally insensitive to their parents' shyness. Lewis, 2021, page 70, all in parentheses at the end of the sentence. And the direct quote is in quotation. Paraphrasing and summarizing. Lewis, bracket or parentheses, 2021, posited that some children seem unaware that their parents are considered reserved. In bracket, P70 for page 70. So you will notice that the author's name starts this sentence, the year of publication immediately after the author name, and the sentence was paraphrased or summarized. At the end of the sentence, the page number appears. So these are 3 examples of APA quotations. So we will be looking at some examples of how the author's name appear when we are doing narrative format compared to the parenthetical format. Type of citation. When one work is done by one author, the narrative format takes the format of having the author name in front and the paid publications date in bracket. When compared to parentheses format, both the author and the year of publication, separated by a comma, is in the bracket. One work by two authors. The narrative format, Walker and Hallin. In bracket, 2004. That's the year of publication. For the parentheses, the authors and year of publication are all in bracket. Work by 3 or more authors. Narrative format, Brady et al. Because the work was done by more than 3 authors and more, when it is done by 3 authors and more, you use the first author name and have the word et al. For others. So immediately after Brady et al., here comes the year of publication in the bracket, 1999. For the parentheses format, Brady et al. And the year of publication is seen in the bracket all at once. And the same example for 3 or more authors goes for 6 or more authors. Organizations or group as authors. Type of citation, we will still be looking at the narrative format when compared to the parentheses format. Groups as authors, readily identified through abbreviation. For the narrative format, that is in first citation index, the group name, National Institute of Mental Health. Abbreviation and the year of publication is in bracket. Subsequent citation index, you can put the abbreviation instead of writing out the entire group name. So the abbreviation NIMH and in bracket the year of publication. For the parentheses format, in bracket or parentheses, the group name appears. In the bracket, National Institute of Mental Health. The abbreviation, there's a further bracket within the parentheses, NIMH, comma, year of publication, 2003. For other subsequent citation index, after it was cited for the first time in the text, now it can be abbreviated for the subsequent citation, and that is in bracket NIMH for National Institute of Mental Health, comma, with the year of publication, 2003, close bracket. Groups as authors, no abbreviation. For example, the first citation index for narrative University of Pittsburgh, 2005, year of publication in bracket. For any subsequent citation in text, University of Pittsburgh, and in bracket, 2005. The parentheses start the group's name for the parentheses format, bracket, University of Pittsburgh, 2005. Now we will look at the reference list. So what is the reference list? The reference list provides the information necessary for a reader to locate and retrieve any source cited in the body of a paper. So the location of the word reference list should begin your reference list on a new page after the text and before any tables, figures, or appendices. The heading. Use the word references as the title at the top of the page, beginning with a capital letter, in bold, centered, and not in italics. What to include in your reference list. All references cited in the text must appear in the reference list, except for personal communications, such as conversations or emails, which cannot be retrieved. Order. All references are listed alphabetically by author or title if there is no author. If there are two entries with identical authors but different dates, order them chronologically. Earliest first. For each author, list the name first, followed by the initials for their first and middle names. Your reference list should be double-spaced, the whole reference list. Hanging indent. 0.5 inch or 1.27 centimeter from the left margin for the second and subsequent lines for each reference. URL. Use of hyperlinks is preferred. However, you may use plain text that is not underlined for URLs. One handy rule of thumb to remember is that any source cited in your paper needs to be included in your reference section, and any source listed in your reference section must also be mentioned somewhere in your paper. What sources can we reference? These are some of the sources that you can use in your paper, and these must be referenced. These include journals, websites, books, newspapers. So we will move now to examples of how your sources should be formatted on your reference list. Books done by a single author. The author's name, the author's last name, followed by the first and middle initials should appear first. So, Camille, comma, M.S stands for the author's name, 2007 in bracket, the year of publication, the gendered society, it is the title of the book, and the title should be in italics, followed by the publisher's name, which is Oxford University Press. An example of material written by two authors. The author's name should appear first. Difonso, comma, N, and Bordia, P, and you will notice that both authors' name are present and the symbol for and is between both names. So instead of writing out the word and, A-N-D, the symbol should be used. After the author's name, the year of publication is in bracket, that is 2007, followed by the title of the book, Roma Psychology, Social and Organizational Approaches, followed by the publisher's name, American Psychological Association. The example for corporate group, you notice that it doesn't have an author, but this has a corporate name. So the corporate name appears first, followed by the year of publication, then the title of the material, followed by the publisher's name. So it is American Sociological Association, in bracket publications date 1975. The title, Approaches to the Study of Social Structure, and the publisher's name is Free Press. Notice for edited books, the editor's name will appear in front of will appear first, then the year of publication, the title of the book, then the publisher's name. Where there are no authors, the title of the book will appear first, then the year of publication, then the publisher's name. For ebooks, you will find that some ebooks have a DOI. Where there is a DOI, that information is placed at the end of the citation. So the author's name appears first, Gillam, comma, T, the year of publication in bracket, 2018, the title of the material, creativity, well-being, and mental health practice. The publisher's name, Wiley Blackwell. Please note that not all ebooks comes with a DOI. And where one is absent, you will just cite the information without. Materials from website, it may be cited just the same with the author's name first, the year of publication second, the title of the material, the publisher's name, and last, the website information, which is http://www.bartleby.com/1013/original work published 2020. And for point of information, the DOI, as referred to before, stands for Digital Object Identifier. Journal articles. In citing journal articles, the author's name and their initial will appear first, followed by the year of publication, then the article title, the journal title, the volume or issue number, the page number, and the DOI, Digital Object Identifier. So please note that in this example, the journal title is italicized. The volume and issue number is the volume number for this article is 45, and in the bracket there is 2 for which stands as the issue number. The page number here is 10 to 36. So the article, the journal article for this title can be found on pages 10 to 36. Citing newspaper article. There's an example for the online version. From a database, do not include the database URL or name. Instead, you should have it the author's name, the publication date, the article title, and the newspaper, the name of the newspaper. For print newspapers, you will have the name of the author, the year of publication, the article title, the name of the newspaper, and because it is the print version, please remember to add the page number. As a point of information, please note that for both online and print article from the newspaper, the publication date is in bracket with the year that it was published, 2013, the month, and the date. So that is November 11. So all of that is written out. For magazines, from the database or print, the author's name appears first, followed by the year of publication, the title of the article, the name of the magazine, the volume number, which is 176, and the issue number in bracket 18, followed by the page numbers 40 to 50. An example from the websites. The author's name, Sparks Dana, the year of publication, 2018, September 12. The title, you will notice that it is italicized, Moya, Mindfulness, Practicing Mindfulness Exercises, and the website, Moya Clinic, followed by the URL. Sourcing information from credible sources. When it comes to writing a research paper, it is crucial that you use credible sources to make sure that the information you are using is accurate. Knowing the difference between credible sources and unreliable sources does not always come easily with endless information floating the internet. There are some simple tips that you can use to ensure that you are always using credible sources for your research. These tips include: start simple by browsing through some common search engines to see what you can find. While you may get ideas from Wikipedia, you should avoid using it as a reference since it allows the public to edit information. Sites such as these often run the risk of lacking accuracy and are not credible sources for research. Credible sources may include scholarly databases. Make sure you source information from scholarly databases, and these are the best tools to utilize when it comes to finding credible sources for your research. Online scholarly databases that can be trusted and are known to provide useful information for students include the EBSCOhost and ProQuest, Open Library. Ebooks, journal articles, peer-reviewed articles, and periodicals can be accessed from these databases. Some great examples of reliable websites for journal articles include Google Scholar, ERIC, etc. Newspapers and magazines. These can be used because of the currency of the information. These information are current because they are published regularly. Jamaica Information Service is another source. It's one of our local websites where credible information are updated daily. So these can be used. Org.com websites are professional and reliable website that you can find reliable information. And if you want some definitions based on your topics, some of the sources that you can use to get accurate information are dictionaries such as Merriam-Webster, Collins Dictionary. You can also use your thesaurus and Oxford Dictionary. And for more detailed information, you can use the encyclopedias. And one such encyclopedia can be the Encyclopedia Britannica. So when you are searching the databases, you can use keywords to search for information. And what are keywords? You're using keywords to search or source information. When doing a keyword search, it is a good idea to try several different search terms and phrases. Do not be discouraged if your initial keyword search brings back too many, too few, or irrelevant results. You can try multiple keywords, synonyms for your keywords, or different combinations of keywords to get the best results. For example, if you are looking for information about teaching physical education in schools, you may start out with keywords such as physical education, teaching physical education, learning physical education, physical education in schools, or physical education instruction. So these are some key terms or words you can input in your search. You can also try using synonyms for words. So for example, like PE instruction, you can look at synonyms for instruction such as coaching, schooling, lessons, classes. You may also want to combine words to get a better, more thorough result. For example, teaching and learning PE. So here's a demonstration on EBSCOhost database where I will be searching for information on teaching physical education in schools. This is the interface for the EBSCOhost database. So after I log in to the EBSCOhost database, the platform comes up where we can input our search terms. So the icon here for shows the search box where the keywords can be entered. Bear in mind that EBSCOhost gives options, search options, And these search options will help you to narrow your searches so that you don't get a vast of information, too much information that is irrelevant. So you can narrow your search, as alluded before, to get your best results. So EBSCOhost provide you with a search option where you can click on the Boolean or phrase. And if you click on that, it gives you a more option to add up to 3 keywords before searching, and you will notice that above. So you have 3 search options. And all 3 search options you are allowed to add different search, 3 different search terms. So here is an example. For the first search field, I inputted the search term or word teaching. For my second search field, you will notice that I put the word physical education. Now for my third search field, I clicked on the icon here where you can have options which include and, or, and not. This will help you to narrow your search. So you see the drop down option here, and, or not. So the and will help you to give, while you add other search terms, you are actually telling the database that you need teaching and physical education. So whatever search results that will come, that will return, will have these search terms in them. Say, for instance, you do not want a particular search term coming back within your search, you can click on the not right here. So that is another option. So I went ahead and I decided that I wanted to add 3 search terms to my search. So I have here my keywords: teaching, physical education, and learning. Then I click on the search tab. When that was done, my results came. So I perused my options and I decided to look at search result 5, which has the title Physical Education, Teachers' Online Teaching Experiences and Perceptions during the COVID-19 pandemic. This academic journal has a PDF full text. So the PDF full text gives you the complete article. In order to access this, I will have to click on the PDF full text to retrieve the article. This brings me to the end of my presentation. For more information, you can visit the physical or virtual library space. The library's email address is librarysupport@gcfc.edu.gm. You can also log on to the library's integrated system, that is the Koha database, which allows you to reserve books held in the physical space and access other, where you can also access other databases such as EBSCOhost, ProQuest, eBook Central, the Open Library database, and also there are other free journal databases embedded on the core integrated system. There is also a Ask a Librarian feature on the database that you can use to send in your reference questions to us, and we will address them in a timely manner. Thank you for listening.